Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of those videos where I talk about updates on the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress coming from Toady1 and KitFox. We've got some sad news, but before I get into that, I just kind of want to say I'm sorry this is all late. I was gone for a week. I went on vacation. It was lovely. I'm back now. Also, I'm going to try and record this as quickly as possible because apparently we're in a heat wave now in Vancouver and it's extremely fucking hot. Let's get into it. So the first thing I would like to get into before reading the posts is Tarn's cat, Scamps, passed away. He was a lovely pillar of the community, and we all enjoyed seeing pictures of him from time to time. I'm also very happy that he was able to be featured on several of my interviews with Zach and Tarn over the past 2 years or so. It was lovely, you know, hearing meowing in the background and hearing Tarn and Zach reference Scamps over the years, and you know, you could really tell that Tarn loved the hell out of that cat, and cats are kind of a pillar of the Dwarf Fortress community for many reasons outside of just, you know, this little lovely furball. So I would just like to have a moment of silence for the kitty, and then we can dive into the rest of the video. All right. Now I'm going to read the posts. If you'd like to skip the part where I read, click to here. You still with us? All right, let's get into it. So Zach has a post here, and he's going to reference the next post that we're going to talk about later on. So I'm not going to show the screenshots, but we'll discuss those later. Despite the carnage of the last some days, we've managed to make a lot of progress. There is now an interactive tutorial from the last news update for noobs. And we are also working on an encyclopedia of mini tutorials to explain how to really survive. For veterans, we have created a series of tabs in the info screen that allows you to find all the zones and workshops and stockpiles with a simple click. We're getting there, and the artists are working hard with some of the buildings, and the underground trees look beautiful. The music is coming along and sounds great, and meanwhile we've been adjusting the caravans and invasion triggers. But more importantly, we've been squishing bugs. Here was an annoying one that could have fouled everything up forever. Once after Embark, last month, the depth of the world suddenly stopped at 38 levels down. No underground layers, no underground caverns, no magma, nothing. When this happened a second time, we knew we were in trouble. It happened only rarely, but more often on the tutorial Embark. It turned out that a few mid-level maps weren't generated with cavern layers for animation and speed purposes. But what wouldn't always be cleaned and replaced with full versions, and it is now done properly. This disaster has been averted. Thanks again for the outpouring of kindness and support over what has been a miserable week. You got us through. Congratulations to the generous. So the other post from this week, outside of the text posts, was this little set of screenshots that Zach mentioned in the most recent post. So they essentially, while they've been working on bug fixing, they've also been working on a few final menus. And one of these final menus is kind of a list of all of the zones and stockpiles and places, essentially. So this piece of UX that we're looking at, and I just want to shout out that massive stockpile over there on the right with various different colors of things and a cat in it. But there's this lovely little list of zones. So the way rooms work in Dwarf Fortress is you can make a zone, and a zone is basically just like a section of flooring, including some wall parts, that has a use, and the dwarves know what that use is because of the assigned use for that zone. This is just a nice ordered list of all of these zones. Now, previously we do, I think, in the game currently have like a rooms list, which is very clunky and doesn't work very well and uses the old minimap, and let's just say it's kind of a mess. This is a massive improvement on that, just kind of giving you a easy to jump to location button, as well as also just kind of like scrolling down, and it will also give me a reason to actually rename the different zones instead of, you know, just kind of having zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, and then just the randomly generated ones. There will actually be like a logical reason to like, okay, you know, maybe actually spiff up the names a little bit instead of just roleplay purposes. This next one over here is a location, so these are a different not style, but like a more specific zone. So these are zones that the game assigns uses to outside of the previous like full list. So this is kind of like a filtered down version of that list. And this one just has hospitals, it has taverns, it has your library, and of course you can still jump to them, and of course is more usable than the old version because it's not tied to the old minimap and has that nice jump to button. Over here, we have a list of stockpiles. So again, like I said earlier, this is kind of what I was referring to when I was saying that it'll actually give me reason to rename things now. Like I would never like have like one, as they've done here, ash, copper, gold, and silver, because there's no way to search by them in the current game. So what I would do previously is I would, you know, just have like bar block stockpile 30, 35, 39, 50, 64, 2 point, etc. like as they've got written on here. So for me, this actually gives me a logical reason to rename things because it's just useful now. Also, the amount that it is occupied thing is a really, really, really nice little indicator for people who like to crazy numbers up and like figure out where choke points in their systems are. I don't care so much for that, and I don't really mind if things get a little bit like clogged up. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it ever will, but I do like that it's there for the sorts of people who would want that. And then this last one here, the farm plots list. I think that currently, in the way the game plays currently, because I know they've said that there won't be any major changes to farming for the premium version, at least for the initial release. At least currently, I don't think this will be super useful because farming is, how do I put this in Dwarf Fortress, broken. You don't need a lot of farms to actually feed your entire fortress. A full-size fortress can be fed with just a couple of plots, hence why this menu is so small, even though there is 200 dwarves in this fort, as can be seen up in the top part of the UI. And it's really nice that it does specify what they are currently growing and that you can jump there. It is like I'm not above like completely forgetting where a particular farm plot is in my fortress in the current game just because they're all over the place and tiny half the time and I just don't even know where they are. And with that, we kind of come to the end of things. So just thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. I've been on vacation, so I apologize that DF News has been a little bit late as of late, and I realized that the videos got a little sparse and maybe felt kind of crammed because the few days before I left, I was just kind of cramming out videos. So hopefully it was still to your liking and you enjoyed the content that went up over the past week because it was all prepped the week prior. But going forward, I'm now back home and sweating my ass off because it's hot as hell here now. And like, I need to go turn my air conditioner on and it's off for the recording of this video. But thank you very much everybody for watching this video and I hope that you enjoyed it. Things should just go back to normal as of now. I'm going to be pestering Tarn soon to get him on the stream again. So maybe start thinking about questions to ask him. If there's things you'd like to ask him about the upcoming premium release or then going forward. I don't want to bother him too soon because, you know, he did kind of just lose his pet. Rest in peace, Scamps. The little bugger was so cute to look at. I miss looking at pictures of him already. But seriously, thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to support my videos directly, you can see my patrons on the screen right now. And I should honestly shut up and end the video. I will be streaming tomorrow at Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific for probably about 12 to 14 hours. A lot of Dwarf Fortress and other things. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.